how much money you've made, and if you have no desire to grow women in tech. There isn't a lot of people who are advocating for tech, and
Okay guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing something different. I've got a guest, and I've spoken to a guest that I have here before, but if you haven't watched it before, she's going to give us a brief introduction of herself, who she is and what she does. I'll let her speak.
Hi guys, welcome back. So my name is Nomfundo Ndala. I am a BI developer / BI analyst, which is a business intelligence analyst, and I work for one of the financial institutions. I am also co-host of podcast TechSister.
And she's an Orlando Pirates fan, right? All right, so you are a BI developer. What is
Correct.
a BI developer?
So a BI developer is essentially like a software developer, but for data. So this is, you would write rules and anything relating to whatever business wants, obviously, regarding the data that we deal with. So for example, business gives you a set of rules to say when data comes in, apply this, apply that, apply that. When something is like this, we want it to be like this. When something changes and is like this, put it under this category, all of those things. So it's like, if you look at it, maybe if you write if statements in software development, you write if statements to say, yeah, if something like this happens, then like this. But we just do it specifically for data. So it's like coding an application, but we just don't write applications, we just deal with data.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm running a business, maybe a restaurant, means I can hire you to say, can you show me how many customers
Correct.
do I have in a month, or how many?
Correct.
So you can get me all that data regarding my business.
100%. So because everything is related to data, everything stems from data. This is where information is retrieved from raw data. So we take whatever data you give us and we'll give it to you in whatever form. So it's like we report back on the data. So we turn the data into valuable information. If you want to see, okay, how much, for example, in a financial institution, how much money you've lost this month on maybe loans, how much money you've made using personal loans versus home loans, the difference, we reconcile all of that. So there's so much we can do with data, and yeah, so basically that's what I do.
Okay, and then how did you become a BI developer?
Okay, so again, for those who haven't watched the first episode, I was a software developer then, and I've converted now. So how did I become a BI developer? I was a software developer, and in my previous role, it was like a vast, like a broad role where you could be anything. So, but when I joined, I was a software developer. We were coding and everything like that. But it also, the team had like a lot of data that they were dealing with, and they wanted to explore what they could do with data and see how they could report back to business and, you know, provide more value. And then I started upskilling myself then to say, okay, I am interested in learning more about data. So I started learning about data. I did a bootcamp with Explore AI. And yeah, I did engineering, data engineering, and then I was more focused on data ingestion, so I was dealing with applications like Hadoop and so on. And then when I saw that, okay, I wanted to actually grow in this, and I saw the market that, okay, data is like a growing thing, I decided to convert, but by applying. And because my team then was just software developers, and I wanted to learn more from data people, which is like your data engineers, data analysts. So I decided to apply for jobs, internal and external, of course, just so I can grow the skill that I'm trying to. And yeah, my current role, my manager saw an opportunity saw someone they could give an opportunity to learn, and yeah.
Okay. So you saw a gap in your department, like you said, there was no data person. Then you went to upskill yourself.
Correct.
So you didn't wait for an opportunity, you just
Never.
took a chance.
Yeah, I think that's what I always do. Every role that I'm in, and I don't know if maybe this is like just so you can always become valuable, is you look for a gap or a problem, and if you are the one to solve it, you become an asset to the team. Because now, if you saw that okay, we are doing this every day manually,
Yes.
and then you become the automation person, you learn how to automate that process. And not only did you save time for yourself and the whole team, but you become an asset because now they can see value in you.
Yes.
So yeah,
Okay. And what did you study initially?
I studied well at TUT. I studied. I have a diploma in software engineering, and then a advanced diploma in computer science.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you talked about a boot camp with which institution?
I did a boot camp. So I did 2 boot camps before. After school, like after varsity, I joined a boot camp called the Digital Academy, which is now called Shaper. And they like teach you for 6 months, like, maybe the latest and relevant technologies then. So we did like Angular and Node.js and Nest.js and all of those things.
Those are applications for
Yeah,
software.
those are Angular is a framework for front-end development, so I did front-end development. And then after that, they place you in like a organization. So they placed me in the financial institution I used to work for.
Okay.
And after that, when I was upskilling for data engineering, I enrolled in a boot camp, but this was via the organization called what was it called? Explore AI.
Okay.
So they like focused on anything data and cloud. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. No, that's good. So you were able to change from what you initially studied for into something else.
Correct.
So that's the information that I give to a lot of people. Don't be stuck in what you studied for. Be willing to change and adapt. So let's talk about, do you guys use AI in the current work environment that you are working in, and how does it apply?
Unfortunately, not that much. But I do use AI for myself and to. I've always said that for me, AI increases my productivity, and it just saves time for me. So I do use AI, and we are looking to, maybe add a little bit of AI to our processes. It's just there are certain things, especially like when it comes to data maybe. And I think that like another thing we need to understand, just because maybe something is trending or doesn't mean you need it. When we were told we also need to take like maybe certifications for cloud, my current role doesn't need me to learn cloud. But because it's a trending thing, learn cloud, and it is a good thing because then you become relevant in the market. But then you just need to see, okay, if I'm learning this and I'm spending time learning this, how am I going to add value, and how is this going to add value to my role, and how is it going to enhance my productivity in my role? So currently we are not using cloud. Okay, we are using cloud, but I don't deal with cloud.
Okay.
As a data analyst, I just write whatever I write, and there are people maybe like data engineers who then do our servers on the cloud or whatever. But me as a data analyst, and my job every day does not require me to learn much or know a lot about cloud at the moment. And same goes for AI. So we don't use AI. I don't use AI. I don't use cloud in my current role. But AI is something that we are looking to see how can it benefit.
you guys.
Yeah.
And then,
But if it can't, then if there's no use.
yeah. But would you say, is it still relevant for someone to go and get a degree to become, if they wanted to become like a BI developer?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Because when I switched roles, and then I was working with like a completely different tool, but having the programming experience, I was able to look at the code and I'll be like, oh, I understand what's going on, versus coming in blindly with no experience of programming. Because it's just like, some things are simple, if statement, and if you could understand something as simple as an if statement, then it helps your job, like, okay, and it helps your learning process to go by very quickly, because now all I have to do is understand how the platform works. And maybe if you switch from writing code, because I used to use Visual Studio, I switched from Visual Studio to SAS. Completely different tools, but when I look at the logic, it's just like, oh, this is an if statement and this is what they're doing. Oh, then here they are exporting, importing. Oh, here they're applying rules. So I think it's beneficial. And again, I mean, you know, people could argue that you spend 4 years in varsity, or you could join a boot camp. I mean, each to their own, and you never know. Companies are still in their requirements. They still say they want the qualification.
Yeah.
Some of them, sometimes you get lucky. Maybe you join a boot camp. Some boot camps don't require you to have the qualification. You join a boot camp and then, yeah, you never know. But I would say people should go to school.
Also, having that broad education did help you
A lot.
and it helps you even now in your current job.
100%, because I think I remember I once mentioned that, so at TUT, they teach you everything. So you get to learn a little bit of networking, a little bit of, well, I wouldn't say cybersecurity, but a little bit of networking, a little bit of software development, business analysis, and then you get to choose, okay, this is what I want to specialize in. So it helps, because then I did SQL at school, so I could become a business analyst. I did software development, so I did C++, so I could become software developer. I did networking, I could become a network engineer. So yeah,
Okay.
it's beneficial.
No, that's good. Let's talk about where you started to where you are now, and looking into the future. Where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to go?
Sure. So I'm a very passionate person, and I'm passionate in whatever I do, and I don't know where I want to go, but you see how I've switched roles, right? I think that my next role will probably be different from what I'm doing now. And my next role being different, I already have an idea, okay, maybe this is what I want to do. I think I like solving problems now, as opposed to being part of the problem. Because a lot of times, like, what we do is we investigate a lot, and you get to see that, oh, there's a problem here, there's a problem here, there's a problem here, this was the problem. But I think I like making sure that there are no problems. So this is being your roles like solution architect, because you get to investigate and like, oh, the reason why we've been having this problem for the past 3 months is because of the application that we chose, actually, you know. So I'm trying to look into that. Hopefully, we'll see. But again, like I said, that when I see a problem in the team, I identify it. So then these are things like to identify an issue in the team and like, okay, instead of waiting or whatever, let me solve this problem whilst I'm here, and then show them that, hey guys, I came up with a solution, let's have a look at it, and then you become an asset.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. A lot of guys, they sit and wait for opportunities instead of identifying gaps and then taking advantage of that.
And especially, I feel like if you're like new in the market, like a grad or a junior, these are things that are very beneficial for them. Because then if you see, okay, let me take off the load from my manager. He does this every day, you know, he sends out a message every day, he sends out an email every day. Let me automate these emails for the team, and you don't. It takes one less load from him, and then he's just like, oh yeah, no, Nomfundo once helped me with that. You see, so yeah.
So you become an asset.
Definitely.
Okay, let's talk about imposter syndrome. When you started, were you like, how did you feel? Did you feel like you belong? Did you feel like you are capable? Can you do this? Would you ever thought that you'd be where you are right now?
I did not think that I would be where I am, but I still experience imposter syndrome, especially now this new role. It's difficult because then now imagine seniors, you know, people who've been doing this for like the past 15 years, and this is new to you, and you're just like, okay, because we're solving problems and they say share your screen. Yo, they say share your screen, let me see. And you're just like, now it feels like you can't even write a simple if statement, you know. So it happens a lot, and I'm trying, I try to tell myself that I'm learning. Okay, this is new, I'm learning, it's okay, I'm learning. But I experience it, and I don't know how to say I've dealt with it, because probably not. But it's the constant reminder to say, okay, these people have been doing this for 15 years. I've only been at this for like a few months. Let me calm down, let me relax, I'm learning.
Okay.
But it's also like, it puts pressure on you, because then when you feel like everyone is capable but you. You know, my manager has this thing where he's like, share your screen, and you just like, and like my manager has been doing this for like 40 years. 30 years or something, somewhere there. So every time he's like, share your screen, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm learning, right? But I think it's just giving yourself grace that helps.
Okay. And another thing that a lot of guys in tech, they struggle with soft skills like communications. A lot of the times we focus on technical skills, but what's your opinion? What do you think about that?
Technical skills can only take you so far. And I've said this like on our channel. If you want to just be behind your laptop and code, fine. Technical skills are all you need. And if you have no desire to grow in the corporate industry or the tech industry, you have no desire to climb the corporate ladder, that's fine. But if you are willing to become something, and you want to grow, you want to lead, you want to, you have to speak. You have to learn how to speak. You have to put away the I'm an introvert. You have to put away the I'm shy. Put it away. When I started working, I thought I was shy. I really thought I was. And I shock myself lately every day when I'm just able to speak. Every time I wanted to speak, I'd like count to 10. I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to make a suggestion. And I count to 10 and then be like, does anyone have anything to say? And I couldn't bring myself to speak. But I started practicing like, speaking in small meetings with like your small team members, and then in bigger forums. And then now I don't even think twice. I just unmute. Sorry, I just want to ask. Sorry, I have a suggestion. Can we? And which is something I shocked myself. Like after a meeting, like I spoke. I suggested something. So I think speaking and learning how to communicate is very important. And yeah, I think that's very important. Like speak, say something, when you can. Obviously, don't speak when you don't have to, but when you have something valuable or something, even a question is, they always say there's nothing as such as a stupid question. There really isn't. Just ask the question, and no one's going to think about, Debs yesterday asked a stupid question. Like, do you think about people asking stupid questions? No. You just go on your day. So people are too focused on whatever they're doing to be thinking about whether you asked a relevant question or you suggested something dumb or not. So, yeah.
And then you said to overcome it, you need to practice.
Yes.
Some of the things that you can do is what you're doing now. Record yourself.
Of course.
You don't have to post it like us, but just record yourself and listen and watch the video, listen to your voice, how you sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what do you think about mentorship? What do you approach that? If you are, if you're looking for mentors, what would be the best way?
So I hardly directly approach a mentor and say, please mentor me. In the back of my mind, I know they are my mentors without them knowing they're mentoring me. So I look at someone, and if I can see that, okay, technically you are good and I want to learn from you, all I have to do is just keep on asking questions. How do I solve this problem? I have an issue, and I join forums and I ask, if there's a forum or maybe a meeting, please pull me in so I can learn. So I think because for me, I feel like the moment I have to go and say to someone, please mentor me, they take it too serious, and then they start changing, So I'm just like, no. They'll mentor me without knowing that they're mentoring me. I'll just ask for help, ask for their feedback, ask how I'm doing, and I didn't do a formal request or anything like that. So I think that's how I've approached mentorship, because I've tried the formal one. I've asked someone to mentor me, But then, which is what I'm saying, it becomes different because then they wanted me to set up like sessions, daily check-ins, and it's just like sometimes you don't have anything to say during that daily check-in.
Yes.
So which is why I indirectly make people my mentors. So I have like 3 mentors now. They don't even know they're mentoring me, but if I'm looking for corporate advice, I'm like, hey, I saw something, and how do I approach this in a corporate setting? Then they advise me, and if I'm like, trying to do something technical, I ask, and then they advise me the best way possible.
So
yeah,
don't make it formal. Just ask
sometimes you
questions.
don't have to. You can. Well, there are like organizations where you can apply for mentorship, maybe identify a mentor, apply if they are part of mentors. But the thing is, sometimes you identify a mentor or see someone who could be a mentor, but then you only find out that they don't have the capacity to mentor you directly, but they have the capacity to, help you here and there. So which is what I'm saying, sometimes when you formalize it, it becomes difficult. So you don't always have to go through the formal route. You can identify someone and then just do that.
So that's why I did YouTube classes for free. So I get a lot of people asking me, can you mentor me? Can you mentor me? I'm like, if you're interested, go and join the YouTube class. I do classes live. You can just learn from there.
And it's free, guys.
Yeah, and it's free.
Free.
Now let's talk about, you also do content creation.
Yes.
Tech-related content creation. What was the purpose behind it? Why did you start that?
So when we started TechSister, this was because of there was no content for women in tech. There are forums, yes, like Women in Tech South Africa, but there was no content to consume around how do I navigate corporate, like in South Africa, especially as a black woman in a male-dominated industry. So we thought, okay, let's start it. Let's talk to other women. Let's see other women in the tech space, and let's see how they're navigating this. But obviously, we've interviewed you, and you're not a woman. So this also just goes to show how much of a male-dominated industry it is, because there are, like you would say, how many women? There are not a lot of women in cybersecurity,
That's
right?
true, yes.
Exactly. So we just wanted to show awareness and put it out there to say we are here. There are women in the industry. There are women willing to support one another, and we are looking for more women to join. So yeah.
Okay. So go and check it out. TechSister on YouTube.
Yes.
You guys do interviews every month, or you upload?
We upload when we can. It's difficult because if sometimes you have the full-time job and you have to balance a content creation. We're trying our best, but we upload, yes. Every month we have an episode where we interview a guest around their role, what they do, and how people can get into that particular role, and so on. And sometimes it's not even about roles, it's just about how to become a leader, how to climb the corporate ladder, how to speak, anything a person would need to navigate the tech industry or corporate in general.
Okay. I've got 2 last questions.
Yeah.
First one is, how would you advise your younger self or someone else who wants to enter the industry? What would be your advice?
It's doable. I think that now I also want to advise younger people, especially like in high school, to look beyond what they know. Read, go look for information. Even today, I'm still shocked that there are so many people who don't know about tech. I come from, I wouldn't say like an underprivileged background, but like, the townships. There isn't a lot of people who are advocating for tech. And I thought that in 2025, maybe the new age teachers would be telling the kids, go study statistics, go be an actual scientist, go study data engineering, data science, cybersecurity. But no, people still don't know about these roles. So as a younger person yourself, go find information on your own, because at the end of the day, no one is coming to save you. So I think that I would advise younger people to do that. If I had to advise my younger self, I'd just say it's doable. Like I look at myself now, it's like, who would have thought, I maybe, sure, I had the illusion that I would make it, but I didn't know I would make it like this far. Or
Is this something that you wanted from an early age?
no, I did not even know about software engineering.
What was?
I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be anything that was common back then. So I knew I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a psychologist, like those careers that are advertised, are in front of our eyes. I did not know I would one day be like sitting in a computer and coding. And I told people when I told my mom I'm going to study IT, she thought fixing computers. And this is what people still have. You say them, oh, I work with computers, and they're like, oh, my WhatsApp has an issue. No, mine has an issue too. So I'd advise people to, go be curious, go find out more information. There's so many roles that we also don't know of in the tech industry, and
it's the same with cybersecurity. When you mention you work in cybersecurity, they think you can
hack anything.
Into anything.
Like, my boyfriend is password.
So it's the same.
Yeah.
Last question: do you see yourself working in this forever in this industry, or is this something that you see like for yourself forever in the future?
Definitely. Tech is a ever evolving industry. There is something new every day. You just need to learn how to be relevant. Like I said, if people are going AI, find where you can fit in the AI, so that when you're in interviews and they ask, so do you know AI, and you're just like, no, it's going to take our jobs. No. Find how that AI is going to enhance your job and how you can add value. So I think tech, yes, maybe not the same role, because like I said, there's so many roles. You can even become a project manager in the tech industry, but I think that I will be here forever and ever.
Okay.
I mean,
all right. Yes.
And again, because it is the easiest industry to get into without a formal qualification. Because right now, if I had to say, I'm switching to accounting, it will be difficult. Or I'm switching to economics, I know nothing, I need to go and study again. But the tech industry, I've been led by non-technical leaders. So
so there's a possibility of switching from another career into tech.
Definitely.
So that's good. So I want to thank you for this conversation. I hope a lot of guys will learn a lot from what you shared. If you're interested in BI developer, you can go and follow her on all social media platforms. Go to the YouTube channel as well, TechSister. Subscribe, and thank you guys. I will see you in the next video.
Thank you.